If Ospreay would have won, chances are Ospreay would probably be beating Jon Moxley for that championship at All In. But again, the story that we've been seeing doesn't really focus around Ospreay. The guy it focuses around is Darby Allin. And you can make a case for Hangman Page being a first day guy. So if you really think about it, we shouldn't be that shocked. But I was surprised. I was surprised last night. And it was good to see Hangman Page get that moment. And Will Ospreay is so talented. Will Ospreay is going to have 1,000. Yeah, he's
bulletproof.
Yes.
Dude, he Teflon. Nothing sticks. He's going to have another opportunity. Every week he's going to have an opportunity when other people aren't. He can just go to the ring and grab a microphone.
And we had a caller earlier that said it, and I agree. Hangman Page won over that crowd last night during that match. Like, there was even one point where Ospreay was on offense, and I think I heard some boos. Like, I feel like, and Susumu just gave me the thumbs up. He agreed. Like, that crowd was almost felt like it was 100% behind Ospreay. But during that match, they started getting behind Hangman Page.
I'm gonna tell you what it was, and I said it earlier in the show. There's people that's waking up that didn't hear me earlier. It was because of the face-to-face with Ospreay in the ring when they drank the beers, and it reminded me of Rocky. And always, man, everything that's emotional, because Rocky encapsulated the emotion of sports and the honor of fight better than any movie I ever saw. And you can go through all 12 of them. I lost count at 5, even though I know that there were other ones.
Well, there was
a point.
There was 5, and then there was Balboa, so that's 6. Then I count the Creed universe in with the Rocky franchise, so you've had 3 Creed movies, so 9 Rocky movies.
But remember the conversation in Rocky when he said, "You are not who you used to be," and he said, "Neither one of us are who we used to be. We're not those guys anymore. We can't do what those kids did." And he said, "We need to work." And he said, "We'll do it tomorrow." He said, "There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow." And got fired up. And I'm a kid that watching this. I'm so emotional. I don't think I had a tear in my eye, but I worked out harder than I worked in my life after that. And that's where these guys are. That's what happened to Hangman. And that's why everybody was like, "Damn, he's back. Our guy's back. I see the fire in his eye." He got the eye of the tiger back. That's what should have been playing. Survivor. Rising up, back in the three. Like, they should have did it. They should have played it. But tell me I'm lying.
No, you're not lying.
That's why the crowd was like, "Yeah, Hangman, do that. Way to show them who you are."
Well, and you're right about the face-to-face, because Will Ospreay in that face-to-face described why he wanted to win. Hangman Page described why he needed to win.
There you go.
It was need over want.
Preach.
It was need over want.
Preach, preacher. That's exactly what it was. What a great observation. And I've been in that spot before where Hangman was in my career, where I thought, well, this is the best it's gonna get. As long as my check clear, I'll be all right. Nobody loves that. And if that's where Hangman was, then he was stealing money. There's a term in wrestling where we call it stealing money. Man, dude just out there just stealing money. No effort. Not really trying to be better. Just, whatever comes. They just go with the flow. Just keep my check coming. Hangman broke out of that shit last night, and the people saw him break out of it. It was real time. and they loved to see it. It made them feel good. It made them, well, look at this. Who is this guy? And how you not cheer for that?
And they did last
cheered
night.
him.
Hangman pinned Will Ospreay. That place went insane.
When that 3 hit, you heard an eruption, and people, when everybody in the crowd stands up,
that's a happen.
Boom, you won.
Now, and you do have to pose the question. Like, if Will Ospreay, and we've been talking a lot on this show about the face of the company, if Will Ospreay is the face of the company, if your face of your company loses, you're not going to get a reaction like you did last night.
Listen, if I'm Will Ospreay, I get the microphone and I say, hey, congratulations. The only thing that makes me not want to come over there and punch you in the face is the fact that I got the real you. I got beat by somebody. It's not going to happen the next time we face each other. But I see it happen. And you know what? I'm not happy for you because you beat me, but I respect you.
And he showed that respect. They shook hands when that match was over, and they showed that sign of respect. And
it's not the same as hearing it, though.
No, it's not. It's not. And listen, the pay-per-view was already like 6+ hours.
Yeah, we didn't need another 30 minutes.
Yeah, another.
I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah. But Mark, and you heard it from Hangman. There was that video package, but like you said on Wednesday on Dynamite, that opening segment between Ospreay and Hangman Page, I could say one of the best segments
that AEW had.
Yeah.
You can say it.
I can say it.
Did you see, man, I'm telling you, Will Ospreay, when he gets into that bruv, that it was real. Nobody wrote that for him. That was him and his emotions, looking at Hangman in his face and saying, listen, man, I need the real you. The people gonna see through the bullshit. They're not going to believe us, and we're going to be out there wasting time. Might as well give that time to somebody else. Like, am I going to get the real you? Or maybe you forgot who you are. Let me remind you. And at one point, Hangman was looking down at the ground. And I guarantee you, when he was looking down at the ground, it was a reflection. He got to see in his own eye, damn, maybe my energy is off. Maybe I do need and bro, when they drank the beer and he looked him in the face and Hangman drank his beer, of course, Will Ospreay's shirt got all of his beer. Hangman didn't drop none of his.
Nah, he knows how to drink a beer.
Hey, that's something to drink.
He knows how to drink
his beer. He could have drank with Steve Austin.
But see, what you're saying is so profound because at the beginning of that segment, Will Ospreay offered him a beer and Hangman Page didn't take it. And during that segment, Will Ospreay had a big smile on his face and he talked about wanting to win the title. And he said Forbidden Door being pretty close to his hometown and his family and friends are going to be there and how great it would be to be champion, hold that championship in front of his friends and family. But with Hangman Page, there were no smiles because Hangman Page knows what it's like to be on top, knows what it's like to have the fans behind him, and knows what it's like to lose the championship and have the fans turn on
you. Yep.
So what Hangman Page in a lot of ways is chasing the ghost. He wants to have what he once had. Like you mentioned, Rocky III. Sylvester Stallone, what he was looking at, what I had, I can't get that anymore.
Right. I'm not that guy.
I'm not that guy anymore.
You're not that guy anymore. Yeah, but why not? You're not going to try? You're not going to die trying? Man, what's the use of living if there ain't a little risk? I'm not a gambler as far as going to Vegas and I got $10 to my name and I'm going to bet all my $10. I'm not doing that. But I bet on myself. That's what All Caribbean is. I didn't get a job at WWE. Well, I'm gonna own my own thing. And yes, it's not perfect. There's things that happen that's before me that's out of my control. But guess what I did? I went in and said, we changing this. This is changing. I don't never want to hear this shit again. How much does it cost? Okay, man, that's expensive. How can we take money from somewhere else and get this paid? I never got that experience at WWE. I never got that experience at AEW. I grew because I had to. That's what Hangman did. Hangman grew the fuck up, Dave.
Yeah.
In front of our face, and then we were all like, oh, shit. It made me stand up. I just stood up. My back hurt because of the emotion of it. And we got to see it live happen like right then.
And
how you not cheer for him?
And this is what, and everybody talks about AEW can't tell a story. They told one hell of a story over the last week, because I went from somebody that wanted to see Will Ospreay win, and by the end of that match,
being happy that you saw Hangman win.
Now, I still wanted Ospreay to win, but when Hangman won, I was like, I love it.